handouts, I'm pretty sure, on the prejudice of obesity. And I really encourage all of you to read that, because there is a lot of tendency, especially in the healthcare profession, to be unfairly prejudiced about the obese. And we assume that anyone who's overweight, you should give them a diet and try to tell them to lose weight. It's not that simple. And healthcare professionals are pivotal people here. And you can absolutely turn someone off by not having an approach that's going to work for them. So anyway, there is a handout, I forget what it's called, the prejudice, I think it has the word prejudice, but it's in the scanned handouts. Fat cell metabolism, okay, we've encountered these enzymes before, LPL. Anyone remember what LPL stands for? Yeah, good, lipoprotein lipase. And it promotes fat storage. It breaks down triglycerides for the purpose of the triglyceride entering cells for storage. And these enzymes you can make more or less of them depending on what's going on in your body. Some enzymes we make pretty much a set amount, but these enzymes, they're what we call inducible. So estrogen, women, pregnancy, starving, dieting, and weight loss all increase this enzyme. Why? Why would these situations, well, first of all, what's the consequence of having more of that enzyme? More potential for storing fat. Yeah, more potential for fat storage. So I think we can all figure out why women have more fat storage. Women need to be able to support pregnancy and breastfeeding. When women lose enough body fat, they generally lose their ability to get pregnant. So wisdom of the body. You can't support pregnancy if you're at a certain thinness. But what about starving, dieting, and weight loss? Why would those go up? Yeah?
Because your body's not sure when it's going to get more nutrition, so it stores more fat, so it can use it later if you're not feeding it.
Yeah, absolutely. When your fuel level has gone down, as it goes down to 0 if you're actually starving, and it goes down low if you're dieting, and when you've actually lost weight, your body is trying to make sure you can stay alive, so that when you do have more food, you will have a greater ability to store it when you have more of this enzyme. So when you're starving, you don't have fat to store, do you? You don't actually have fat to store when you're starving, because you're not eating anything. So while you're starving, you're not going to be storing fat. But if starving or if caloric deficiency or losing weight signal making more of this enzyme, then when you do have fuel, you will store more of it as fat, and that will help you to survive the next time we have a famine. Because remember, we are all survivors of feast and famine cycles. Our ancestors didn't eat 3 square meals a day. They ate when they could find food, and so they went to gorging to not eating. If you made more of this enzyme, you were more likely to survive a famine. HSL, anyone remember what that stands for?
Hormone sensitive?
Yeah, hormone sensitive lipase, good. And it kind of does, I mean, they both break down triglyceride, but for an opposite purpose. They sit on the surface of fat cells and break down the triglyceride that's in the fat cell for the purpose of getting the fat out of the fat cell. So whenever you are burning fat as a fuel, this enzyme is working for you. Exercise increases its activity, and that makes sense. If you're exercising, you need to pull some fuel out of your fuel storage compartments. This is the enzyme that does that job. So it seems quite natural that exercise would trigger making more of this enzyme. And this is one of the reasons why exercise is so great at helping people lose weight and keep it off. Because when you exercise regularly, you make more of this enzyme, which means you have an easier time getting fat burned as a fuel. To get fat burned as a fuel, you gotta get it out of the fat cells. Go to the blood, go to the muscles where it can be burned. But dieting and fasting decrease it. Not good. Not good. Not good for the person who's trying to lose weight. It's good for the person who's starving who might die, because if you were starving and you made less of this, it would mean that your body had the ability to hold on to fuel so that you'd be more likely to survive the next famine. Make sense?